Hi, this is Megan with the Morphic Field, and we're doing a tabletop constellation, and I'm here with...
Hisa Izumi of Talisman Starts Tarot and the Morphic Field.
Awesome. Hisa, what do we want to look at today?
I want to go forward, and now that everything's lined up, there's like a depression where it just feels like I just don't want to do anything except watch things on Netflix.
All right, you say everything's lined up. What do you mean by that?
So all the things that I thought I would do early summer are lining up in terms of my own business and marketing, health-wise. It should be like, and now I have time to enjoy myself, but instead of going into the great outdoors, I'm just watching Netflix.
Okay. And so what is it that you're wanting to, what are you missing out on? What is it that you're wanting to do?
It's sort of, I'm just holding myself in.
Holding yourself in?
No, holding.
Holding yourself in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you want to take a look at what that is for you? What that is about?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
I'm not like, it's mostly your face right now, and usually
when the video records it, it'll flip back and forth depending on who's talking.
But
okay.
It is in record already.
What's that?
It is in record.
As it's recording. Hold on. Let me pause. All right. So we're gonna switch the camera now.
Okay.
All right. And there we go. And we are going to do a tabletop constellation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at this, Hisa. Let's write on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Hisa. And it feels appropriate to write Hisa now.
Okay.
And go ahead and just, I want you to guide us here. So where are you putting your...
Just right on front of me.
Okay, great. And again, for the folks following us, that arrow is the direction in which Hisa is facing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my dog is being loud and playing. And so you want to write, you described it as holding self. How would you describe
apathy?
Okay.
Apathy.
So do we want to write apathetic Hisa, or do we want to write apathy? Apathetic Hisa?
Yeah.
My dog is not being apathetic. And where would you want to place apathetic Hisa?
Sort of, I think it's kind of sideways, but on the other side, there, a little bit, but a little bit diagonally towards Hisa.
Kind of like right here?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. All right, and for the folks at home, Hisa just basically intuitively felt where this part of her is in relation to herself now. So, all right, so Hisa, go ahead and place your hand onto the piece of paper representing you now and see what you're pulling up.
I'm feeling a lot of energy coming from apathetic Hisa.
Yeah. She actually feels a little bit aggressive.
The apathetic Hisa?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel a little bit cowed or bullied by apathetic Hisa.
Is that a little ironic?
It is.
Wasn't expecting that. Yeah.
Yeah, it almost feels angry. The apathetic Hisa feels angry.
Kind of like a bully.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So let's put your hand on the piece of paper representing apathetic Hisa and see what you're intuiting.
Apathetic Hisa is kind of happy.
That's kind of interesting. Not how Hisa now feels that apathetic Hisa is. Interesting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She feels happy. She feels actually relaxed. wanting to like kind of hang out with Hisa now. Feels like.
Like, oh, I get to just watch.
Mm-hmm.
I just get to watch videos.
Mm-hmm.
And just do absolutely nothing.
It's interesting. I'm getting this camaraderie desire from Apathetic Hisa to you now. This part of you is wanting to like be with you. But it's so interesting how Hisa now, this Hisa now part is really has this completely different perspective of what this part actually is. Isn't that interesting?
It's just like, oh, Hisa now feels a little victimized by Apathetic Hisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think there's some things to say here. And what's coming to me is I'm not here to harm you. You want to repeat that?
I'm not here to harm you.
See how that lands?
So he's just now curious.
Mm-hmm. A little softening.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the part of you that likes to chill and watch movies.
Also, while you're doing this, we're planning the next step together.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and say all of that together.
Okay. I'm not here to harm you. I like to chill and watch movies, but while we're doing this, you get to plan what's ahead of you.
Yeah. Like this is actually a strategic part of you that is collecting data and is chilling and is receiving and is in that receiving mode.
Uh-huh.
As opposed to that going mode. So this is a balancing part of you. So I'm a balancing part of you. So let's see
I'm a balancing part of you.
Yeah. So let's see how Hisa now is responding to that, is receiving that.
But he's just now saying, yeah, but it's a beautiful day outside and you just want to like watch Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's what I'm sensing is there's this go like this movement that she actually wants to move forward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then he says the apathetic, he says things, you've done a lot last month.
Mm-hmm.
You've done a lot last month.
Mm-hmm. Say, I'm here to balance you.
I'm here to balance you.
There'll be time to go again.
There'll be time to go again.
As soon as you're balanced.
As soon as you're balanced. Oh, it's saying, I'm here to ground you.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay.
And somehow you need to stay at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how would Hisa now feel if apathetic Hisa, and let's actually change, let's actually rename her, if that's okay.
How about resting Hisa?
Great. I'm also getting balancing too. So but resting Hisa's good. Do you mind if I put the word balancing on here?
I'm writing that as well. Balancing Hisa.
Yeah. Okay, is that okay if we put her beside? Felt like there wanted to be. Let's see how that feels for both parts. What are you feeling?
A lot of this feels really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This feels really, really good. I feel like I can move forward.
Yeah, and then can you just feel yourself leaning into this resting Hisa? Like she's something that you can lean into, and also she can also support you for the moment.
So do you want Hisa to lean into apathetic Hisa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a little diagonal now.
I just are you guys side by side, or did you move?
Yeah, side by side, but now she's kind of leaning in.
Okay.
She's a little bit overlapped and she's leaning in.
Okay. Just do that for the moment. And then just have her do that for just a moment.
Uh-huh.
Have that feeling. And then when she's ready, she can come back out.
Okay. And they're saying that watching this particular mystery series is good because it talks about a lot about family entanglements.
Interesting. So it's really interesting when sometimes we're judging ourselves, and we're for things that we shouldn't be doing, like watching Netflix, or quote unquote eating bad food, or living a somewhat unclean lifestyle. But sometimes it's actually, there's a benefit in it, and it's what we need to do. So all this, the judgment and the shoulds, if you kind of reinterpret it, or you listen to the parts of you that are needed. What are these parts needing? What are these parts actually doing? So what occurred to you as this apathetic self is actually a balancing self, is actually helping you get to what you want to do. So the irony there was that you wanted to go out to the trees and be outside, and this part is actually helping you get there, even though you thought it was blocking you.
Yeah, I think what this mystery series, it's tapping me into the collective unconscious it's about imagination.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting.
Mm.
And it's all right for now, as long as I don't do this for the rest of my life.
Sure. Yeah, this is good for now, and then it'll be time to move. So how is Hisa now feeling?
A little bit better. And then it's also saying right now, because there's a lot going on in my subconscious, I need to kind of chill.
Yeah.
Because of what I've explained to you, what's going on. It's an anniversary of a death.
Yeah.
And that's why I need to kind of hold myself in.
So can you just go back and forth a couple times here?
Okay.
Chill a little bit. And just feel how that feels to rest into this part of you. Okay? Resting Hisa. You're gonna actually rest into her, that part of you. The resting, balancing Hisa. She's there for you. Now that she's being more brought into the conscious, she can be even you can utilize her as a resource even more. So just feel how that feels. And then when you're ready.
She just wanted to remind me that I'm going through a milestone.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah. And if you want to stay here, then we can stay here for a while. Just let this. Is that okay if we end here like this?
Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect.
Wonderful. So we'll end that here. Great. I'm gonna.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was a super small snapshot constellation where we just looked at two parts of you, Hisa, and then to the people at home, again, you can follow along, do this kind of constellation yourself. And thank you, Hisa, for sharing that with us and being so open with us. And we, obviously, you and I are used to being so open and vulnerable, and I think it's good to acknowledge that, not everyone can really share this much of themselves. And so I really appreciate that you could do that with me.
Thank you.
These people. All right, so until next time, I'm Megan, and this is Hisa, and this is the Morphic Field. Bye.
Bye-bye.